Well, Intermountain Healthcare says Utah is in the top 10 states for positive COVID cases per capita. Health officials say our numbers are mirroring last winter when we didn't have vaccines and COVID was at its peak. ABC4's Nick McGurk looking into some of those trends for us this evening. Joins us live from Murray. And Nick, what are you finding out?
Well, here's what we know, Emily. We've heard this before. Since September, hospital beds at or near capacity in the ICU at medical centers like IMC here and around the state. But tonight we're looking into one number. You might not have paid much attention to it. Gives us a sense that this pandemic is far from over.
This is crazy numbers.
Numbers and warnings and trend lines. If you feel numb to all of this, doctors are begging you, pay attention to what's happening in our state.
We shouldn't be used to this. It's really tragic. We've gotten used to having people die every day of a preventable infectious disease.
Detecting disease starts with COVID tests, and Utah's test positivity rate is about 17%. Experts say that's way too high.
A lot of other states, they are running about 4% positivity.
Here's why these percentages matter. Doctors know many people in the community will never get tested in the first place. So if the positivity rate is low on these tests, health officials can better get a sense of how many cases are actually out there.
And we've been seeing that percent positivity go up in the last few weeks, which means that we have a lot of cases that we aren't detecting.
Again, those high numbers suggest a high number of unreported COVID cases. It's all part of fueling that so-called community spread.
We have people who are still dying. We have people who are still on ventilators in our hospitals who are fighting for their lives, who can't breathe.
While so many of us determined to put COVID in the rear view have unmasked and unplugged from this persistent pandemic, our neighbors have been filling hospital beds, which in recent months have been at or near capacity.
We have young people who are active, athletic, energy-filled, and they're in the hospital and they can't hardly gasp for breath because their lungs and their pulmonary systems are so ravaged.
As rollout begins to vaccinate those 5 to 11-year-olds, doctors are hoping that through this COVID fatigue, you hear their message. 89% of ICU patients are not fully vaccinated, and the predictable winter surge is just ahead.
The cure, the solution to this whole thing is getting everybody vaccinated so we can stop having this transmission in our communities.
And going with the state epidemiologist today, having that conversation, saying the daily case count, she told me, is about 1,500 here in Utah. But some context here. Back in June, before the Delta variant, we were averaging just 200 cases, positive COVID-19 cases in our state. Live in Murray, I'm Nick McGurk, ABC4 News.